Okay.
Grab this mic.
Good evening.
Nice mic. This is the best setting possible for an interview,
Yeah,
for a conversation.
it's a great spot. We're out underneath the stars. It's an early November evening. Um, back under the stars. Yeah, we've just been checking out the Disclosure Project.
Yeah, so I believe in aliens. I'll disclose.
Yeah.
I'll disclose
Let's
that
just
right
get that
now.
right out of the. Let's just get that
Yep.
out of the way right
full
now.
believer. The one belief I have.
That's if you're gonna have one, that's a pretty good one to have, I
Mhm.
think.
Yeah.
We've just seen a crazy Game 7 of the World Series. We've soaked in hot springs for a couple hours. Just been ripping it today. So, and
Yeah.
now here we
Started
are.
today
Yeah.
shooting a bow.
Bow and arrow.
Yeah, over coffee.
But it
You
all
having a
means nothing if there's alien settlements on the dark side of the moon.
Yeah. But they're obviously, if there are, they've left us alone. I can only imagine they're peaceful in our sense of the word, you know? I mean,
Yeah, you could almost imagine that it was like, let's just go on the other side where no one will bother us.
yeah.
They won't even know that we're here.
And Pink Floyd figured us out.
Yeah.
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 Acid.
I don't know, man.
Well, I think that's coming within our lifetime for sure, huh?
That's what we're. That's yeah.
Yeah. Which is
This is a great. This
that's
is
the next great revolution, maybe. You know, in terms of agricultural, industrial.
I am so ready because life on Earth is getting boring, dude. Right?
Dude, I know. Like seriously, today I woke up and was like, "What the fuck are we gonna do out here again today?"
Yeah.
Yeah, just swim in a river again, and just go to the hot springs, like cold, hot water.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then put additives in our water like caffeine,
Yeah, I
and
guess
alcohol.
Guess we'll juice turmeric again.
yeah,
Just to fill that empty
void.
empty
Yeah.
void of this day before just go back to bed.
Yeah, wait, that's it. Basically, just beverages, altered state through beverages until you get to go back to bed again.
Yeah, beverages
Yeah.
before bed.
Yeah,
That's what
that's what this.
that's what life
podcast, or that's what this is called.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's a day. That's just a perfect summation of day-to-day life. Beverages before bed. It's just I got to drink them. Stay hydrated, got to get nutrients and then just go back to bed.
Yeah, fuel, just more.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Mhm.
put gas in the tank. Yeah, and then whatever. Some people prefer different fuels.
Yes.
But one, I will say, in thinking about this alien question, which is amazing, it's going right there. It's like coast to coast shit right here.
Yeah. Ready to jump in.
But man, I've been reading that. Well, we've been talking books a lot this last couple of days, which has been really cool. I'm just reading a lot and chatting books. But I've been reading that Golden Spruce, which has a really interesting take on history and mostly in the Northwest, but from a very human's attachment to resources, timber in
So
particular.
Golden Spruce is the story that you've been reading. I'm gonna read it as I got it checked out, ready at the library, ready to go. The story of a environmentalist. Well, it starts before then at this tree, the golden spruce.
Yeah, the golden spruce, an anomaly of a spruce tree which grew golden leaves, which is like a biological sort of anomaly, and became a symbol of, mysticism and worship and respect and everything for many different cultures up in Vancouver, BC, British Columbia, and eventually a logger turned environmentalist cut it down to make a statement. But I've not gotten to the point yet at which he does this, so I don't know his whole rationale. But the thing that's really brought up in me is he lays out the lengths that humans have went to quote unquote progress and find resources and uh, essentially win, really, because everyone, I mean, like, what brought people to that northwest coast was, the sea otter coat pelt first, and then it turned into, other resources and goods, and then finally it's timber. But I just started me on this whole thread about what humans are capable of in terms of just having this passion or this idea to explore, seek new things, to win, I think, in a lot of ways, to survive, maybe it is, to like create legacy, to create novelty. But thinking about, he talks just a little bit about, and this is like recent history, but if you think about, the entirety of human history, that people would cross oceans in rudimentary vessels, the conditions that people were willing to go through, you name it, to leave, your home and your homeland and to go out and explore and to deal with the things that people have dealt with. I mean, we have it pretty fucking easy.
Definitely.
I mean, well, you can argue that off and on, but anyway, I guess the only point I'm making is, you think about that thread throughout history. It's logical that we're going to continue to carry that on through space exploration, that's what humans do.
That's one of the big questions about Mars. Who the finding the first crew of people that will go to Mars, right? And a big part of that idea is who can handle the emotional weight of going on a trip with no return. So this is there's one moment on that trip that is like the most exciting. It's like you would call it the fulcrum. Is that the middle of a seesaw?
Yeah.
So it's like the fulcrum moment where you're equidistant from Earth and Mars, so that they're the same size. Like looking out, if you have a ship with a window on either side, you could see. There's Earth. That's just that tiny little point there, and there's Mars. It's that tiny. Yeah, the midpoint, and from that moment forward, Mars will only become bigger and Earth will just become smaller until Earth is just a point in the sky as small as Mars is in the sky, as under the sky that we're under, where it's just one little point of light. And can people handle that? But then you go back in even just in recent history, as the settlers moved west in America, many people left their hometown knowing very well that they would maybe never see, that they would never return. And same with early explorers coming to the New World, where they go, we're leaving England or Spain or whatever, and it's not
pack
looking.
Your
Pack your bags.
And go.
Pack your bags. Fuck! Don't forget your charger at home.
Yeah. I know. It's the same concept carried throughout.
Right.
And we have hindsight, so we can say, well, it's brought these negative things with it, and obviously brought positive things with it and stuff. So we can critique it a little more, but it is the same impulse, and I don't. I'm personally not surprised. I feel it makes me really sad thinking about leaving this planet, but
well, yeah, definitely. You don't know what you've left until it's gone, right? And Earth is stacked. It is California is stacked. Oregon is stacked.
Yeah.
These places, I mean, God, the entire United States. The more I've traveled, the more I realize just get in a car and do a road trip across the United States. It's just, there's the amount of different things you can see.
Yeah, still.
But I was thinking,
to this day.
I was just thinking, like, while we were thinking about it, there must be an alien that's left on a trip that's like, I guess I'm not coming back to the planet. Right?
I know, yeah.
So
yeah.
Well, our problems.
A castaway.
Yes, I know. That's the bar I want to go to.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Where they're all hanging out.
Yeah, everyone.
I know.
I guess that's the bar in, the bar.
But yeah, it's fun to think about, but at the same time, yeah, I don't know. This planet to me is like, it makes sense, all the sort of biblical stories about Eden, or everything sort of has this.
Right.
It has this sort of fantastical place, that it all started in. That it's like a fall from this place, is where we got to. But it is that place. It is that
Yeah.
place. Hanging out the last couple of days makes you realize that it's like, yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
the bounty.
Right.
In
Absolutely.
every way, in every physical way, the bounty is unbelievable. For the senses, for the appetite, for everything about being human. This planet just completely reciprocates to you
Yeah.
in every way.
Yeah, you get to be an observer of it. Yeah. I know that's I think I'm was talking about this, like how when I came here I didn't want to. At first I was like, I'm gonna change things, and then that moment where you go, wait a second, that's been the story throughout history of people going to a place that's got a pretty thriving situation going on, bountiful environment, and saying, "Oh, I want to change it so it's more convenient this way." But yeah, this place, I'm grateful about it, is that you really get to feel like have a comfortable deck to watch what's already existing, and to see that reciprocation from.
A literal deck right here.
Yeah, we're sitting on the deck. Yeah, and,
to just watch.
Yeah.
It's a really nice. It's a nice view. A nice stadium. What would you say? Not to put you on the spot, but what would you say are some of the bigger takeaways from the last couple months for you out here? For those of you who don't know, I'm sure you will know, Mikey moved from Los Angeles up north into the mountains, really.
Yeah.
And we're here right now, and we're sitting under a sea of stars and off the grid up here at your house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so just curious, man.
I think it's like this weird thing that my brain has shut off the ability to recognize how I'm being changed right now. Like normally, like when I went to Antarctica, I could feel like I would be aware of these like big change, like, oh, this place is a mirror for my life back home, and I'm seeing how when I get back home, I want to do these things and do that, and who I really care about, and whatever. Here, I think, I mean, the takeaways are that.
Yeah, and you don't. Maybe you don't even want to think about that right now, and you shouldn't if you don't want to. Yeah.
Jesus, invite you here. We have a solid trip, and you drop that bomb, and now.
Make you think about it all.
Man, the big takeaway number one is how good reading is and how good the library is. Honestly, that's one of the things I have been talking to friends about, is like, or even just strangers if it comes up in conversation, like, do you realize that the library is amazing? It rules. Like
public
library.
Yeah.
Like,
we got that right.
Unbelievable. I from my house, because of the internet, I can have a book waiting for me in a building 15 miles from here.
Yeah.
Tell me that's not insane magic.
For free.
Yeah.
If you can read it in 2 weeks.
3 weeks.
Yeah, 3
Very
weeks.
liberal
Okay,
here with the and then you can renew from afar. So you don't even have to finish it in the 3 weeks.
No pressure.
Yeah. So that is a huge takeaway. Right away.
Things are still free.
Yeah. Information, knowledge, experience, and I always
you get more resourceful being up here.
Yeah,
what
for sure.
leads to that thing.
Yeah, I mean, there's a stack of wood here I've moved 4 or 5 times. I don't know why I'm doing it, but I know that it's gonna work out eventually. And I weed whacked today, and that was fun.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking while it was going on, I was like, yes, I always wanted to do this.
Yeah.
Always wanted to weed whack a path down to a creek.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's doing that.
Now you have to.
Now I have to. Yeah, exactly.
You look around and you're like, who's gonna do this for me?
Yeah, no one's gonna do this otherwise.
Because I wasn't doing it.
No, I wouldn't know. Yeah, and I think in line with the whole reading thing, which is, it's and I feel like you've always been a good reader, and I've had some friends who are avid readers, and there was like this time in my life, or a long time in my life, where I was like, one day I'm really gonna crack into it. I'm gonna get down and dirty
Mm-hmm.
and flip some pages, eh? And I'm glad that I have the time to do that, and I've noticed that upon doing that, it's just enriched my life so much, just
Mm-hmm.
like in my own thought process, in my reference base, in learning through other people's experiences. I mean, this is no big fucking bombshell that reading improves your life, but
You
it's
heard it here first.
yeah,
That's fucking tonight.
yeah, yeah. um, sorry, I'm just an emotional wreck right now.
After
Um,
game 7.
after Game
Yeah.
7, yeah.
Mikey Rizzo.
Mikey Rizzo. That's if you ever get the chance to look back on Game 7, which apparently, I mean, it was a great game, and people will be
It'll
talking
be
about it.
remembered.
It'll
Yeah.
be remembered.
Yeah.
Just watch the storyline of Anthony Rizzo. Is it Anthony?
Has to be.
Has to be.
Yeah,
Check
he
out.
stole the game ball at the end.
Yeah, pocketed that like a true
Yeah.
seamless.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. The reading thing though is funny. It's like it's such a complex thing. It is one of the greatest things, and it's arguably, you know, the written word and the spoken word have changed things as much as anything. But I I do I love to read and I do spend a lot of time reading, but it's always this conflict. Like it's a very isolated thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
yeah, you spend a lot of time just with this object, but then in some weird way you feel like you're connected to the past or different
Oh
worlds,
yeah.
and there's
Like
like so much learning that comes from it, especially with a good writer. Yeah, it's a fascinating thing, and I don't know. I don't know the study, but there's some new study I just saw recently. Forget how many years it adds to your life, but people that read
wait, what?
live.
Say wait. Sorry.
People
Sorry.
that read live longer.
Okay, I'm gonna stop reading
Yeah.
immediately.
Yeah. Just start burning books.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe I can reverse this effect. Because
Yeah.
you probably have already, just living out here for a couple of months, you've probably already gained like 2 years onto your life.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry.
Okay. All right. Well, deal with that later. When I'm alone,
Mhm.
I'll figure out
And
how
you're
to.
flossing? I mean,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
What are you trying to do?
I'm doing the worst job.
Prolong the agony, man. Jeez.
Okay? This is a great question. Is life agony, Jeff? I mean, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, depends what time of day you ask that question, you know?
Good
Yeah,
point.
I
Good
mean,
point.
I don't know. Like, is it pre-coffee, post-coffee? You know, like, yeah, pre-good news, pre-good email you read, pre-bad email.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pre-bad news.
No, that's damn right.
Pre-election, post-election. Like, yeah, it just, I mean, yeah, to me, I don't know, man. It's all of it. It just is, and
Right. It's the wave. It's a wave.
endlessly.
It's
Yeah.
the endless wave.
Yep. It's like
Everything.
weather.
I swear to God.
Yeah, you name it.
I
Man.
swear to God. Everything. Like, this has been these like reoccurring thought processes have been going on for the past few years, but every time I really dive deep into a topic, it comes back to the shape of a waveform, light being waves, the emotional roller coaster of being alive being this wave,
Well, now
sound
you're speaking
waves.
my language.
Yeah,
Yeah.
surfing waves. We surfed. Jeff surfed the other day. I took some waves to the top of my head.
Yeah. Which, hey, that was surfing. You
Yeah,
know,
I got
and,
yeah.
That's part of it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
That's part of it. You'll be on top next time.
Yeah, no, yeah. I'm gonna stay under for
Yeah.
probably another couple of sessions, but
But that's the fundamental stuff, though. Really, you know, it is that nature's that.
right,
Like, all energy is that.
right.
It moves like that.
Do you
It's chaos
are
and it's order. I mean, it sounds cliche and whatever, but you can laugh at those statements, but
Mm.
that is exactly what it is. I mean, it's like it's pretty simple. Like things go.
So where does it get complicated? Why can't we all just agree
I know.
to just go for a nice ride?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we've talked, or I've at least mentioned a couple times. Like, I mean, to me, a lot of times, like, there's just too many people.
Yeah,
Just
damn right.
too
Yeah,
many people,
yeah,
man. Yeah. I mean, trying to agree on the same things
right,
doesn't make any sense.
right,
Doesn't make any sense.
right,
Shouldn't. I mean, that's impossible,
right.
and probably should remain impossible.
Yeah.
But so many people. Yeah.
So what can? Well, yeah. I mean, this is the CNN group about. The CNN group. I don't think that's a thing.
Control
The
group.
control. Yeah. The when I was like 12, I saw a interview on CNN with a guy that was from the uh, Organization for Human Self
Oh, right. Extinction.
Extinction.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, that shit stuck with me,
Extremist.
man. Yeah. I remember being like, "Damn, all right."
Yeah.
And then at lunch the next day, 12 years old. Did you guys hear about this self-extermination group? Extinction? Yeah, I think I'm in.
I heard that guy, man.
Yeah, damn, dude.
Yeah.
That sounds good. No,
Well,
I,
and you're sticking with it.
yeah.
Sticking with it.
No, yeah, no. Would be it would be a trip to be out here with a family. That'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Could be cool.
Yeah.
Could be cool.
Put those kids to work.
Yeah, that's the old-fashioned way.
Yeah. You see a lot. There's
Weed
a lot
whacker.
of kids in this out here in this canyon.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm gonna name my kids. Those are gonna be the names for my kids. Your weed whacker.
Lawnmower.
Your lawnmower.
Yeah.
And they'll be their Christian names.
Well digger.
Yeah, well digger and grave digger. Actually, you're actually mass grave digger because we're gonna have a ceremony out here in about 2 years. Sorry. Under the stars, of course. Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's a tough nut to crack, the population issue, but
Yeah.
yeah, and it leads. The thing is, it ties back into space exploration and I don't know. I mean, we're gonna maximize this planet. We already are. I mean, we pretty much tapped it, and I think the planet is a living thing, and it's telling us, like a mother to her children or something like that, get the fuck out.
Right. Right. Yeah.
It's time to go.
Yeah.
Or a father, whatever. I can't speak for anyone because I don't have kids, but I can imagine,
Just got
comes
this.
a time with anyone, or a bad roommate that you have. We've all been there.
Yes. Yeah.
It's time to go. Yeah.
God. Okay. That reminded me of this. Jeff showed me this little mini documentary made on the Malloy brothers. Where they're from California, 3 pro surfer brothers who are just professional men. Let's face it.
Some people are.
Some people are. Some people, thank God. And but their father put up a sign in the house when they were children that said "checkout time 18 years old" or "checkout time is 18 years old" or something like that. So that's a fun idea to think about. But I was thinking about the. But you should check out if I don't know if anyone's ever going to listen to this. Check out the Malloy brothers. They're fucking amazing, and it's a Yeti documentary.
Yeah, inspiring.
So inspiring, just like living life well and full and hard and tough and
outside,
living outside. Yeah, full on. So I got this idea for wind, as like what we were just talking about, how wind was formed, and it's obviously it's not scientifically proven here, but the idea that it's people in parts of the world like here that have no service out in the outside that are just going shh like telling everyone else in the cities to be quiet, but collectively that all gathers, and that's how wind is formed.
One shush.
Yeah, just a long collective shush.
That's why we're having more and more like strong hurricanes and everything, you know.
Yeah, because there's
Like
becoming more
like,
unrest from the people in the quiet
yeah.
areas in the world
Yeah.
saying, "Hey, keep it down.
Yeah,
It's your fucking
yeah.
noise.
Yeah. And then
Just let go for a second. Let
it's like
go of."
creates a tornado.
Yeah. Oh, I'm down. I'm down. Yeah. Um. Yeah. Lots of quiet. Beverages before bed. I'm gonna pour
What do you-
myself a quick.
You got one more in you?
Yeah. One more little. Actually, I mean, yeah. Let me pause this real quick.
Sure.
Unless you know what, silence. You know
yeah,
what?
leave
Fuck
it
it.
on.
I'm
Let's
gonna
leave it
let
on.
the silence
Yeah.
fill your hearts.
You can bring that whiskey out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a glass.
This is my favorite glass in the world. Which,
What is
as
that?
I get older, those things like that become like so important. You know,
Too important.
too important. It's a tiny little
Oh.
baby glass.
Got a hit.
It's my friends Jason and Renee brought it back from Russia, and it had Russian vodka in it, and
The
it's
glass.
it's
lid?
like sold. Yeah, it had like a little lid, but it was just like a
Like
one.
jam.
No, but not a permanent lid. Just a like a lid that you would pop off one time. It's sort of like a single use vodka glass that would be sold in sort of like a gas station in Russia. And they brought one back for me, and then I drank that vodka, and then was looking at this little glass, and I was thinking, it is this just. It's so small. It's perfectly small.
Yeah.
Perfectly small, right?
It's not a shot glass by
Not
any
a shot.
means.
No. It's like
As I can see.
you can make yourself a drink. You
Yeah.
can, and I've taken this. Like you can fit in your pocket, and nothing is in my mind cooler than showing up to a party with your own glass.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pulling it out of your pocket.
pulling exactly.
And it's glass, not plastic.
Oh
Yeah.
fuck. Yeah. Oh yeah. I forgot that we let that I thought I had paused it, but we had let the silence ride.
Oh yeah.
Cheers to
no,
that.
we're still live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Live. There was a nice like 30 seconds of just crickets and whatever that crazy bug is.
There's this bug
keeps-
that's like a car alarm.
Yeah, I think it lives inside of your ceiling. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then sees when I go to sleep at night.
yeah.
And turns it on.
That's a
Yeah.
clever bug. Yeah. So this is my glass now. Oh, cheers, yeah.
Cheers, Mikey.
Cheers. Yeah, clink.
Yeah.
What have you? I mean, do you have any takeaways from 4 days out here?
Oh man.
Asshole.
I mean,
now you know what it's
yeah.
like.
God, fuck you. No, actually, no.
Yeah. No, I mean
no,
that's
no,
kinda, yeah.
I'm kidding. I mean, mine are minor because it's a short stay out here, but I don't know, man. Pace,
Right.
pace of life.
Right.
You can slow time somehow. It seems, by changing your environment, and I think that. I don't know if it's like, I like cities. I like being in cities. It's really fun. I love people, but when you are immersed in that reality, I do feel like you wake up sometimes like what just happened the last couple of days, and just so many social sort of obligations and strings and everything, which are beautiful and really fun, but being out here, like, I don't know. I mean, I'm in a bit of a time warp the last couple of days.
Yeah.
Wake up and I'm just like I've like can do whatever I want today, and I have plenty of time to do it, and there's no rush, and sometimes you're like I almost have like too much time on my hands, and it's amazing, and it feels like I said, it feels a little bit like you're cheating time in some way because you can spend a whole day like doing so many. It's like I'm gonna move from like reading. I'm gonna take a walk.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a run, and then I'm gonna hang out with you and talk, and we're gonna eat some food, and then we're gonna go do this thing or this other thing. It's still, man, it's only 5 o'clock or something.
Right. Yeah.
And yeah, it feels like in some ways you're getting one over on the rat race or something, and you're just getting that time back. Whatever, with sacrificing, of course, man. I miss seeing people, miss seeing your friends and loved ones, and like I said, it's way too short of a time for me to gather any big takeaways. But
It just seems
it's
like
been nice.
Yeah, I recognize those things. It gives you perspective on that rat race, that idea that, damn, so much of what that hustle is inside the cities is sort of this self-inflicted, like, I gotta do that, I gotta do this, and I gotta do this, and I gotta do this, and but maybe it's because you're trying to enrich in your life and
We're just trying to survive.
and trying to survive as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just trying to like
I mean,
keep up and
yeah. I can't deny the fact that the situation I'm in right now is very favorable to having that time, uh, having a place for that, which helps, But at the same time, you can cheat time. I don't know. You can cheat time as much as you like.
You can, but there's I think something very demanding about being around a lot of people that and both benefit is the thing, but in terms of like this is sort of like quiet, meditative, like solo, self-absorbed thing.
Yeah.
And then in terms of like society, there's just that's a clear difference, in terms of being around a lot of people or not,
Right.
just being immersed in a urban area or being out alone like this, like you do undoubtedly have like a lot of extra like time and emotional and physical like resources to like do other things,
For sure.
And I'm not saying it's better or worse. Like I think like all things, probably some kind of balance would be the most
Yeah, you
ideal
gotta ride that wave.
situation,
Yeah, you
man.
gotta ride that wave.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, this is, I mean, I can't believe we actually been talking for 25 minutes without a Coco Pelli reference, but Jeff and I are both.
It's all under the surface, though, man.
Yeah. I mean, there's no need to shout it from a mountaintop. I mean, it's written all over our faces.
It's
We're Coco.
subtext, man.
Yeah,
Subtext.
yeah. But was Coco Pelli He was a lone wanderer, right?
I think I should know more. As much as we talk about, yeah, I don't think I've ever even Wikipedia.
Shout out to all the Coco Pellis.
I mean, I know there's a flute, a
Yeah.
free spirit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I imagine he or she wrote poetry.
Thing, yeah. No, but that
It's
is no,
free.
that is the story of Coco Pelli, right? It would wander from town to town. So
Fertility. I think fertility, goddess.
Yeah.
is wrapped up.
lover,
In the whole thing.
the person who sold me my turquoise wrist bracelet.
Authority.
She was the authority, Native American woman in Utah. She said, or in Arizona, excuse me. She said, "Oh, you're a Coco." She said, "Oh, you look like a Coco Pelli. You." I was like, I didn't know. Actually, I didn't know anything about Coco. I said, "What was that?" She said, "Lover, poet, musician."
Check.
Yeah. Play. all these, exactly. But I think what Kokopelli would do is wander from town to town, spreading the music, spreading the love, spreading the fertility, whatever. So I think this is the lifestyle that it is true that I'd like to seek out, is that in the times between the towns, you have that solo space, and how important that is to be on your own individual journey, walking, walking, walking. And but what's at the end of that walk? A town with people,
Yeah. New connections
new
or old
connections,
connections.
and
Yeah,
old, yeah, of course, you come
yeah.
across them both,
Absolutely.
right?
Hmm.
And you
Replenish yourself in that way, like in terms of just
yeah,
fucking relationships.
yeah. I mean, I don't know about you, but the image of Kokopelli's curved back, hunched over, playing the flute just says replenish to me. That just speaks.
Yeah.
It just screams, I'm going to replenish all souls.
I will be upright again. Yeah, I'm gonna fix this back problem. Yeah.
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 Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta have more fast facts about Kokopelli as much as we talk about him. But it's become a symbol though. I love it. It's become a symbol of I don't know, it's just freedom and exploration, wandering, but not in a selfish way by any means. Like
Yeah, I actually think it roots us in history. That's the part. It connects our own individual journey to within a historical context of, like, this has been something like this that's been happening for millennia, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's so easy to forget all the time that we are just at the tail end of a long, long history that has been unfolding,
Yeah.
and
Well,
that
yeah.
you know
It
we
has that sort of archetype.
our our current reality feels hyper real, I think, because of all the technology and the awareness of what everyone else is doing at any given second, if you want to find out, and how information passes so fast, how people can have just exploding moments in the public eye and then be gone overnight. Like, all this comes back to this, like, the technology making this happen, this sense of awareness. But you forget that in that is only for the last, what, really 10 years, and then before that, you can extrapolate back. So, right, so what we're doing here right now, this is the much more accurate version of what history has been, which is that
Mm-hmm.
it's a smaller group of people. There's a community of 50 houses that are living in a kind of canyon, having a much slower pace of life.
Yeah, and kind of watching each other's backs, but not really in each other's business.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is kind of amazing and rare, I feel like,
Yeah.
And that's been a nice takeaway. I'm like, I could live here. It's like everyone's got an eye out for each other, but also nobody is like looking to like come over for dinner every night.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you accept that. That those are special moments when people come. Everyone comes together. I mean, everything's different.
One thing I just thought about, though, as we were talking about Kokopelli, which I really love and appreciate, is, we can say, Kokopelli symbolizes this like liberated thing, and it's fun to throw it, like toss it around in terms of like one's lifestyle, but also like Kokopelli is like it's kind of like a lonely, like just down. I don't know, like hunchback, walking around, head down, all by themselves. Kind of lifetime loser in some ways. Which, let's face it, pretty like Kokopelli is like not that cool. Not that cool. We tried to find a Google image search Halloween costume. Only 2 people in the history of the internet have dressed up as Kokopelli.
Oh man,
that's not good. Yeah,
No,
it's
but maybe
not
that.
cool.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
what I
which
mean,
is
what is cool?
yeah.
What is cool? Like,
Uh-huh.
I don't know. To me, it's, and maybe that's just because we're on that road. But to me, that is the ultimate life. Like, yeah. God damn. I just realized I'm a loser. God damn it. Fuck.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well,
which is you know what I think is it's a perfect place to be at.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a perfect place to
I
get
mean,
to,
look at
man.
okay, I'm going to paint
Yeah.
you the most beautiful portrait or
Uh-huh.
yeah, the painting right now. There's just incredible um ridge line of at night set against a dark sky with stars. There's actually a glow from around the edge of the ridge line, and
It's
there's a
phenomenal.
and there's a general peace in this scene, and 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 somewhere in the darkness out there, in the shadow of that mountain, there's a small fire, very small fire, about maybe uh, 6 twigs, and in that tiny little glow of that fire, barely any warmth, but just enough. There's a loner who just realized, looking up at the stars, that he's a loser.
Lifetime for a
Lifetime
lifetime.
loser. Um, I can't think of
And he smiles.
anywhere, and a smile. Yeah, and a gentle smile. See, that's the thing. That's the thing that comes from that.
Humility,
How
man.
exactly?
Yeah.
There's so much humility. Like, okay, like.
Loser. I mean, like, God, who's winning right now? Like, come on. Oh
But come
God,
on,
not.
yeah.
I'm not gonna get political right now, but
Right.
yeah, you don't. I don't want to be. Who wants to be involved in that?
No, well, I mean, I think the biggest mistake, or uh, one of the biggest mistakes you can make is thinking that there is some overall sense of winning and losing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Very good.
it gets
Yeah.
fun. It's
Yeah.
fun to get caught up in the miniature games of
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah, we did that well, we were successful, but the overall
We hurt
sense,
those people.
yeah,
Yeah.
is like, no, like, it's to be alive is to have won, right?
Yeah.
Isn't
Totally.
that the
Yeah.
fucking victory?
To stay alive.
To stay
Totally.
alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
know. Yeah. Well, no, but and to maintain some fucking degree of your humanness and who you are.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
because people do stay alive
True.
and they become like they just they become like unknowable. You know, and yeah. That
Well,
I don't want that either, you know. But
well, if you think of
I do like to be
if you think of
alive.
there as being a fire inside of everyone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, for me, that fire represents your spirit, your human spirit. If you don't fucking keep that fire alive,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna become cold. You're gonna
Yeah, yeah.
become life is not gonna become
Mm-hmm.
very fun, or you're gonna the way you treat other people, and your ability to even see the fire in other people is gonna diminish. Um,
Yeah, God, I know. I see. Yeah, I've thought about this. I mean, way too much in my life because feel like I have a lot of life left in me. But see older people, and you see people who are really alive still, and I just and you see people who are really sort of like shut down and just maybe bitter. I guess just bitter
yeah.
and angered by the world. And I was like, man, just please become one of the people that's sitting on a park bench, just smile on my
Yeah.
face,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
excited to meet somebody new and to watch a child run around and just enjoying,
Yeah.
just enjoying. And I don't know, the jury's still out for sure, you know, but you do, yeah. It's like you just, I don't know. To me, that's like
No,
I'm
you
just
got to
like,
be on the way
you
though.
gotta,
You got to recognize that you're on that way to being that
then you gotta, yeah, and you gotta, yeah. I don't know. It's choice. It's just fucking choices, man.
yeah.
All the time,
Yeah.
you know. Yeah, but I see, you see that, and you're just like, man, yeah. Some people are still really just enthralled with life, and some people are over it. You know?
Right. The curiosity. Like, okay.
Yeah, curiosity.
Okay. Curiosity. So the Jeff gave me a hat. We've worked on a couple film jobs together, and on one of those jobs was a film that Jeff directed, a film called Duende. He gave me a Herzog hat, a hat that had said Herzog on it.
Hard to give up.
Hard to give
Yeah.
up. Yeah. Did you? What was the full story on there? Did you find that?
I found that at a thrift store.
Wow.
And it was
But
like, this is the most amazing hat, and I was just
yeah.
like, I can't own it. Mikey needs to have it.
Well, I've worn it.
And
I've worn it so much with so much love, and the reason why I gave it was we had probably talked about Werner Herzog, right? And come up, and Werner Herzog is one of those filmmakers that has dramatically changed my life, just with his visions, the way his just so unique, and also just so he understands that films are dreams, and that I connected to that right away. Well, I met him. I think I told you this, Jeff. I met him this night at the Cine Family in Los Angeles, California, and he. It was a crazy meeting where all of a sudden I was talking to him before I even knew it, because I had turned around to say something to my friend Tom, and my friend Tom, who was right behind me, was suddenly Werner Herzog. He transformed in the through it. The best part about it is we walked through a door, and I, as you turn to go single file through a door, with the conversation going on, turn back, and somehow, probably realistically, Herzog had just squeaked in right in front of Tom. But from my perspective, it was like, Jesus, Tom just became Werner Herzog, and we're already talking. What's going on? How you doing? Nice to meet you. And but
what'd you do with Tom?
Tom, yeah, exactly what. Yeah. And Tom. Well, this is a huge moment for both of us. It was amazing. But what unfolded was a small conversation with Herzog. But the entire time, he was so present. And
I remember you saying that. That's so cool.
It was in his eyes. You could see it in his eyes. Great eye contact, focused, listening. He had the ability to listen, and what led to his ability to listen? Curiosity. I had mentioned the South Pole, and he started asking questions, and he would, as I was listening, he just filled with curiosity, and that curiosity brought him to rooted him in the present moment, and that was the part where it was just like, fuck yes, like that is something to strive for.
Dude, and that's what keeps us alive, huh?
Right,
and keeps
right?
Herzog still he's as relevant as ever.
That and reading. He does read.
Yeah, he's a major reader. Yeah.
Stop reading.
Flossing reading.
Flossing and reading.
Being curious. Dude, you're doing all the wrong things. It's going to be you're going to lead an agonizing life.
Yeah. No.
Too many years, man. Too many years.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it is that. It's that curiosity and that thing that just your thirst,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's like I heard there's a creek that runs through this canyon, and I was talking to this guy Tree Bear. I told you about Tree Bear earlier today, and Tree Bear is an arborist, and he's a friend of the trees, and he's a funny guy. I'll be down at the swimming hole, and I think I'm down there alone, and then you hear it rustling from the trees behind you, and he's waking up from a nap. He's been sleeping in the.
Because you woke him up.
Well, no, I mean, yeah, maybe so. Exactly, I woke up the Tree Bear. Yeah, and he'll come over, and he treats this place with the utmost respect, and it's
couldn't be more respectful.
Couldn't be more respectful of a natural swimming hole, and just. Uses it as a place to meditate and to swim, and just fantastic, right? So Tree Bear we were talking about how low the water level was, right? Because we've been in this huge drought for years now, and and it's really feeling the effects this summer as continued heat. Well, so so we're talking about how the water level is low, but then Tree Bear mentions that at night the trees, after drinking throughout the day, they'll actually release water back out at night, and so
Oh,
the water level actually rises a little bit at night, and that's because the trees are sort of
they release a
as the
little bit.
as exactly as the temperature cools down, they release some of that water, and that is like
ration some out to us.
yeah, and that became this like great image of the importance of as much as you take in, whether it be energy, information, love, like you gotta, give some of that back.
Return it.
Return it, right?
Absolutely, man.
To the return it to to the communal source.
Yeah. And trees understand that instinctively,
Right.
biologically. There's no thought. Well, I don't know, maybe, but there's who knows if there's a thought process, but likely not. And that's something we're learning.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
learning. Yeah.
That's it's
we're
like
we're just children.
this is what I
think we're just total children.
I completely agree. I think this is like the stupidity of humanity, is that most of the answers to the bigger questions about how to live have been in front of us the whole fucking time.
Yeah.
Like
Exactly.
via
Yeah.
nature, the rest of
Mhm.
nature, via the rest of the thousands of species that are coexisting
Yeah.
on this planet.
You walk outside and all the answers are right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're just willing to like
There's a
look, ask, talk.
there's a great proverb, and I can tell this story or this anecdote because I'm sure of the few people that will listen to this, like not many will go seek out the references we've talked about, but there's a great proverb that I love that sort of sums it all up, like spiritually and emotionally, and goes something like,
Yes.
yeah.
That's about it. What was that phrase oh yeah, it was in that Brothers Sisters book that we're reading today. Sisters Brother?
Brothers.
Sisters Brothers. That anecdote eclipsed the conversation. That was the phrase. He eclipsed the conversation, which means it killed it.
Sorry, I didn't mean to at that point, but something thinking about thinking about trying to learn our lessons,
Yeah.
Ooh, I just saw another shooting star.
Oh.
Yeah, thinking about trying to learn our lessons. I don't know what they are necessarily. Humility.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh God,
Humility.
yeah. Laughter.
Gratitude.
Yeah. Oh my God, yeah. Yeah. Oh my God, yeah. Yeah. Oh my God,